In all my years of owning a Cricut, I have never tested a regular household iron for iron-on or heat transfer vinyl projects. I'll be doing that in today's video. I'll show you the whole process, some of my favorite tips, my pros and cons, and a wash test at the end. Let's start with looking at the iron. On the plate, you can see those steam holes. When you're using an iron for heat transfer vinyl, you want as few of those as possible. This is what can get an uneven adhesion. The one I have even has grooves in the center, so it's not flat. I found one on Amazon that's even cheaper and it has less of those holes, so I'll link that down in my description box. Now let's talk about the temperature because that's important for your iron-on or heat transfer vinyl adhesion. Most irons have a dial with different settings. This one has synthetics like polyester, silk wool, and cotton linen. My iron came with a little pamphlet that actually shows the temperature range for each one. Typically for t-shirts, I set my temperature to around 300 degrees. So I want to try and match that. Looking at this, that brings me slightly below the cotton linen setting. So here's one of the downsides with using an iron. You can't confirm exactly what temperature you're at. With an easy press, you can set it to the exact number. With an iron, it's kind of your best guess based on the dial. There is a tool, an infrared thermometer that you can buy and use it to test the temperature if you really want to try to get precise. Also important, make sure you don't add water to this. You want it to be a dry heat. I'm in Cricut Design Space and I'm going to upload my design. I found this design from Creative Fabrica. This has a few different colors in it. To simplify this tutorial, I'm only going to do one. So to do that, I'm going to attach this all together. Now I just need to size this. I'm going to make it 9 inches for the width. I'll hit the make button. I'll set this to everyday iron-on and it'll automatically mirror my design. I place my heat transfer vinyl glossy or carrier side down. Then the Cricut will cut out my design. After that, I'll weed out all the excess vinyl. I'd love to hear your experience with a household iron. If you have any, down in the comments. I feel like it always helps to hear what's worked or hasn't worked for other people. Like when using a Cricut Easy Press, you'll want a heat mat or a towel, just something to press into. The shirt I'm using today is made out of 100% cotton. I already plugged in my iron and you can see it's green. That means it's heated up and ready to use. I'm going to use this to preheat my shirt for about 5 to 10 seconds. This will get the wrinkles out and get rid of any moisture. I wouldn't skip this step because it really helps that vinyl adhere and we need the extra help, especially with an iron. Next, I'm going to position my design on the t-shirt. You want it as flat as possible on the heat mat. Before I press, I'm going to place a Teflon sheet over the design. You can use parchment paper if you don't have a Teflon sheet. This protects both your vinyl and the shirt from direct contact with the iron. Now, here's how I'm pressing. I'm going to work in sections, pressing each area for about 10 to 15 seconds. I want to put a lot of weight into this to make sure it gets a good press. I picked up the Teflon sheet and just checked on it. I wanted to make sure it looked okay before pressing the next section. It's okay if you overlap your presses a little bit. In fact, I actually recommend it to make sure you haven't missed any part of the design. And once again, I'm making sure I put a lot of weight into this. I increased the speed on this, but I'm going to continue to press each section. Okay, I've pressed the whole design. Let's take off the carrier sheet and see how it did. This is a warm peel, so I can peel it right away. I'm doing this slowly to make sure everything adhered, and I'm actually shocked because I did not have anything lift up. Sometimes that'll happen with my Easy Press and I have to press it a little longer. This might be hard to see, but one of the best ways to know if you got a good press is to look at the vinyl and see the texture of the fabric weave coming through. For this one, I could see that. It means the heat and pressure transferred properly and the vinyl bonded to the fibers. Let's do a test wash. You want to wait about 24 to 48 hours before washing the shirt. I'm washing this just under 48 hours of making it. I'm going to use detergent. I set it to a quick wash because I only have one thing in here, and I make sure I change it to the cool setting. You want cool or cold. I also washed it inside out. It's done. Let's see how this looks. I can let it air dry, but I do want to try putting it in the dryer. I make sure this is turned inside out again, and I want to set this on the low setting. Do not put this on high heat. The shirt is done in the dryer, and let's see how it did. None of the heat transfer vinyl picked up at all, so I'm really happy with that. The shirt's pretty wrinkled. It probably could have been in the dryer a little bit longer as well, but it was mostly dry. There's only a couple spots that I kind of wondered if eventually after a few washes would pick up, and it's that inside of the circle. Just kind of felt like it could possibly lift up, which I might not have pressed it down too well there, and that is kind of the problem with the iron, is you have to make sure you get good presses all around. It's hard to see on camera, but you really can see that fabric weave coming through the petals, so I'm very happy to see that. To make this easier, I actually typed up a pros and cons list. Whenever I do videos, I want to make them as comprehensive as possible for you. You can screenshot this. I was actually so surprised by how well the iron worked. I really didn't think it was going to work as well as it did. The bottom line for me is if you're just starting out or you already have an iron at home, go for it. It does work for personal projects. If you're making HTV projects regularly, I do think the Cricut Easy Press is worth the investment. If you're selling your work, I'd probably push towards a full heat press. A Cricut Easy Press can still work for that. However, a heat press is more consistent and reliable, but it does cost anywhere from $200 to $400. Overall, I think this shirt turned out really cute. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and I would love it if you subscribed if you are new to my channel, and I'll see you in my next one.